This is Invented Art, the micro hand chopper. I just want to show how to adjust the blades. This one is loose, this one is I already have set. So you want to line these up so that they're just about, they're as close as they can get, and watch that you can see whether they're lined up or not. You want them directly across from each other, and I usually leave it a little above, and then when I go to shut this, it's going to turn just a little bit, and just let it turn against my finger here. And the closer you can get it to being right across from each other, the better cuts you're going to get. They're not going to be sideways, they're not going to curl, they're going to be straight. So I'm pushing on this with my thumb, holding this in place with my hand, with my fingers here, making sure that these are completely directly across from each other. And just keep pushing until it's tight. And then once you have it that far, you can pull on it yourself that way. So that is non-movable now and as tight as I think it should be. And now I'm going to show you how to use these. So some of the things I just cut were some of the antique glass. Let me take the safety off here. The antique glass is, you would cut these the same way you do with a regular cutter. I like to see that they're lined up and straight, and then we get a clean cut there. I use them to cut tinier pieces. That may not be your goal, but it is mine all the time. So I'm cutting off all the side angle of that slanted piece where they normally expect grout to go, which I won't be using. And I'm making these into smaller pieces. I like this because I can hang on to it and not let go. It doesn't catch my fingers, and I can hang on and control the piece much longer, for a much longer period than I can in the other round cutters. So you can see now that I get a very much tinier pieces. If I use ceramic, these pieces, maybe I want to fine tune or get that edge off. This works pretty well too. These are hard fires, so they do take some hand grip, and I usually move my hand all the way to the back. If you can come, I move my hand all the way to the back of the handles. I don't come up in here, I come all the way back here. Gives myself more pressure. And from there, sometimes I can get these to cut. Nope, it's too hard for my hand. So these are not gonna, I'm not gonna cut with these. Let me cut some of these pieces here. This is again a porcelain tile. I did a big cut with the chopper. There's a smaller piece. So you can see that they're well controlled. That one went a little bit sideways. I didn't line it up ahead of time. I want to line this up and then push. And there you go. This is some of the marble that I was doing earlier with the chopper, and that gives me a lot of strength there. I'm holding my hands back at the back to give myself more pressure, and that gives me more control of this cut. You can see it doesn't fly away. I can maintain control of the piece. This is the rock, river rock. Usually I do a thinner piece, but it worked pretty well that time. There you go. So it gives you ways to control material that normally you wouldn't have available for mosaics. And there you go. This is another piece of marble. This is probably a loose turquoise. I call it marble, but this is probably a loose turquoise. Okay, that's it.